I guess this is a part 2 to my other video about George Zimmerman so-called participating in this celebrity boxing fight, which, like I said, George Zimmerman is not a celebrity. And I had heard a couple of days ago that he wanted to fight Kanye West, and when I heard that, I was like, that's not really the guy to really go in there and I would say give him a fight, because Kanye West is more of a verbal fighter. He tries to fight you that way, even though he slapped the shit out of that one dude that called Kim Kardashian a nigger lover. I don't really see how he can convey that in the ring, although I do think he would probably whoop George Zimmerman up. But I guess officially now it's come out that DMX is the guy that's going to actually fight George Zimmerman in this so-called celebrity boxing fight. It's a 3-round fight. Earnings are going to go to a charity. And we all know, anybody with common sense and somewhat of intelligence, we all know that this celebrity boxing fight is not going to bring Trayvon Martin back. Like I said, this is a young man that lost his life at 17 years old. He's not coming back. He didn't get justice. His parents didn't get justice. And these type of incidents happen every day in America. But he's not coming back. This is not going to stop solve racism. It's not going to solve discrimination. It's not going to fix the problems in the justice system. Okay? So like I said in my first video, we have nothing to lose. But I'm hearing a lot of black people come out here and basically give cover to the fact that George Zimmerman shouldn't get his ass whooped, or basically say, oh, we need to boycott this fight, or we don't need to condone it, or etc., etc. Basically just trying to demise the fight and saying it shouldn't happen. And I'm all for, it's like when I do my videos, I'm all for, us portraying the right images. I think that's very important. I think a lot of times we're not cautious about the way we, I would say, how we're interpreted to the rest of the world. A lot of times we have this so-called nigger mind state where we just like, okay, well, whatever, I'm going to act a fool, I'm going to do this and do that and not be cautious about the backlash of it. So I'm all for, us being positive citizens in America and us giving off the right images. But I find it odd how a lot of the same people who are saying this fight shouldn't happen, these are the same people who come out here every day and ridicule their own people or say nothing when things are done to their own people, meaning black folks. When Micheline McBride, got killed by that owner, a lot of you same people out here talking about, oh, I know that nigger bitch had to do something. What was she wearing? Was she drunk? Was she high? Was she too dark skinned? I know that she had to be doing something for that good old white man to come out of his door and blow her head off. Some of you same people who are trying to stop this fight or saying that we need to boycott are out here defending that owner. When Trayvon Martin died, you had black folks out here again. Some of these same people, oh well, what was he doing walking in between houses? Or why did he have a hoodie on? Motherfucker, it was raining. That's why he had a hoodie on. But that was cool. It always has to be some type of justification when things are done to our people. Or when we have a certain group of people within the black community come out here and display negative images, y'all come down on that. But when we have somebody who, is going to go in the ring, like I said, DMX, he does have some issues. I am concerned whether he will be sober during the fight because he deals with a lot of things from his childhood. He uses certain drugs, substances, and that is a concern to me. But like I said, we have nothing to lose in this situation. So if we have the opportunity to have somebody go in there and beat the shit out of George Zimmerman, that's what needs to happen. Because like I said, I would love to go in the ring and maul George Zimmerman. I put hands on him. For you guys that know me personally, I used to box and I have no problem whooping somebody's ass if I need to. But it's just I find it to be a hypocrisy when we have black folks out here who are giving George Zimmerman cover, or all of a sudden want to be concerned about black image. and how black folks react to things, but yet a lot of you same people come out here and ridicule your people day in and day out. We all know that this is not going to bring Trayvon Martin back. We know that this is not going to solve a lot of issues within our community, which is why I do not care about this fight happening. So I think you guys need to really sit back and, get off that Uncle Ruckus mindset that this fight shouldn't happen, or we shouldn't harm George Zimmerman because it's going to leave a bad image, and he wants us to go in there and beat him up so he can play the victim. That's bullshit. No matter how you look at it, and I said this in my first video, white folks are going to judge you. They're going to call you a nigga. Some of them will call you a nigga. They're going to portray racism towards you. Discrimination is going to be done upon you. So it doesn't matter how you look at it, slice it or dice it. Certain white people are going to think the way they think. And I think a lot of you guys need to stop worrying about what white folks think. Stop trying to kiss white folks' ass. Or have that slavery mindset. Oh, Massa going to think we coming together. And we trying to get off this plantation. We better not fight Georgie Porgy. You guys need to get away from that. You need to understand the overall picture that these people are going to say and do what they want to do regardless. And until we fix things personally and we really get to the root of what's going on in our community, this is going to forever go on. Instead of trying to boycott this fight or saying this fight shouldn't happen, why don't you start ridiculing your people? Why don't you open up black businesses in your community? Why don't you start supporting the black man, supporting the black woman instead of tearing them down? Why don't you stop defending those who murder and abuse our people day in and day out? But when a black person so-called does something to somebody else outside the community, you want to get in protection. So, basically this is all I have to say. I have no problem still with this fight. This fight needs to go on. I hope DMS goes in there and beats the shit out of George Zimmerman. And, excuse me for all the profanity, in this video. But, it pisses me off. I have to be honest. It really pisses me off that we have black folks out here that, give cover. And want to stand up for certain things or certain people, but don't stand up for their own. And like I said, we all have the right to our own opinion. But I'm just saying, step back and look at this from an overall picture and from an unbiased picture. We have nothing to lose. White folks are going to think what they want to think. Wake the fuck up.